Good morning, Modern Steaders.
Good morning.
Camo says, good morning. We've been having some crazy weather. Got my winter hat on again this morning, and then it's gonna get warm again. We got a big surprise showing up at the off-grid property today. Can't wait for that to get here. It'll be here in a little bit. First, we gotta take care of the animals. Go see what Camo is up to. I think they ate most of their hay, maybe. Come on, biscuits and gravy. Camo, you still got hay in your feeder? Huh? You just ate all the good stuff out already? Little man. There's still hay in there. You're not so little anymore, are you?
No.
Not compared to Camo.
Bye, boys. Bye, boys. Oh, yes. You're gonna have some bangs, Camo. Yeah, you're gonna have some bangs. Yeah.
You got some hay stuck in your teeth there, mister. Just a little bit. Yeah. You need some help with that? Let me get that for you. You ready for breakfast, Moose? Come on, this way. The meat birds are all still doing really good. We got our second batch here, our first batch in there. The first batch of meat birds are eating grain like crazy. I've been filling up that 7-pound feeder twice a day, if not 3 times a day some days. And it's all gone first thing in the morning. We need to get them out on pasture, but we want this cold, damp weather to pass before we put them out. So if I put them out on pasture now, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose too many. There you go. That's what you wanted. Yeah. All the fresh grass and you want your hay. I'm not sure about your animals, but our goats would much rather have hay than fresh grass. I think if I was an animal, if I was a goat, I'd rather have fresh grass, but to each their own, I guess.
Come on. Here you go. Is that so good? You want your treat first? Okay, you get your treat first. Oh, yeah.
Oh, not me.
How about Cam? Oh, yes. You like those too, don't you? Yes.
Ooh, are those good boys?
Oh, you guys been walking on each other?
Don't ask me what happened, but I got covered in the animal bedding when I was cleaning out the goat stalls this morning. And I smell like a dirty old goat. So I gotta go in the house, change quickly, and then I'll meet you up at the off-grid property. We went ahead and we bought an excavator for the off-grid property. No, it's not this excavator. Man, I wish it was this excavator. You know how much stuff we could get done? This one. No, maybe someday, but right now, this is not the excavator we got. So this is the mini excavator we bought for the off-grid property. I wish it was the bigger Komatsu, but let's be honest, guys, we can't afford that. Maybe someday we'll have that, but right now, we have this nice Bobcat. Sorry for the wind, it's pretty windy again up here at the off-grid property. So we have right here a 2015 E42 Bobcat. It has 1,800 hours on it. In my opinion, it's in really good shape. It's nice and clean. let me walk through and show you some of the features that it has and some of the reasons why we bought this particular mini excavator. So I've been looking all winter at mini excavators and trying to figure out what do we want to get. When I first started looking, there was a ton of mini excavators out there to be found. So I was doing my research, looking at different ones, taking my time, going back and forth. And then around March, they all sold. So my guess is it's all to do with this post-COVID stuff. There's a lot of stuff not being made, so used mini excavators are in high demand right now. We ended up having to wait and look for more mini excavators because all the ones that I was looking at, keeping my eyes on, sold. So we ended up finding this one. Like I said, it's a 2015 Bobcat E42. So it's about 9,200 pounds or about 9,500 pounds this machine weighs. There's, for mini excavators, they can go up to 12,000 pounds. And then after that, I guess they're not considered a mini excavator, or it's just a different weight class. I guess that's what they would say, because I was also looking at a John Deere 60G, which that one was a 15,000 pound mini excavator, so meaning the machine itself was bigger. No matter what, I wanted a mini excavator with a thumb. To me, an excavator without a thumb is pretty much useless, especially for a lot of the stuff we're doing. If we need to move rocks or logs, we have a thumb that can do that. For cutting firewood, you have a mini excavator around and you can hold your log up and you can cut it. It's really slick. I understand. You don't need it, but it's nice. When we get a sawmill, we can load our sawmill with this. We'll already have it. We already have a thumb on it, so it's perfect. Sawmills are another thing right now that you can't find. We've been looking at them right now. Last I looked, it was 53 weeks if you wanted to get one of the brands. All the other brands last time I looked were over 20 weeks out, so unless you guys have a connection, I don't see a sawmill coming to the off-grid property anytime soon. Things might change, but as of right now, we won't be. The other thing I really like about mini excavators is they got a pushing blade on them. I've used a couple of them that had a straight blade, and then we had our barn built at our previous property. I'll put a link to that video series right here. The guy who was doing the dirt work for us had a Kubota, and he had a 6-way angle blades, meaning the blade came up and down, and it went side to side, and it also went frontwards and backwards. This blade, let me show you. So this blade goes up and down. Well, not only up and down, it goes left and right. One of the big reasons I like that the blade goes right to left, we're going to be building a lot of trails here at the off-grid property, and if we need to push dirt to make the trail bases better, we can push them side to side. We're not just pushing everything straight like a bulldozer, so it's going to be nice. And if we're fixing up our road here, we can make our ditches and make everything just a lot more smoother without having to go back and forth. So that's one of the big reasons why I like the Bobcat, was having the 4-way blade. I'm no equipment excavator, but some of the things that I was looking for, I'll share with you. If you guys have any things that I missed or things that you look for, leave it in the comments down below. If you know more about this machine, which I'm sure a lot of you do, than I do, the Bobcat E42, leave some stuff in the comments down below, stuff I should be looking out for, stuff I should be making sure I'm greasing more regularly than others, and just things that you know about it that I don't know. One of the big things I looked for is I wanted to see how clean the machine is. I wanted a machine that looks like it's well taken care of. To me, if it's well taken care of, it all should be in better shape. So everything seems to work good. The weather stripping around this door is a little torn, but that's nothing major. We can replace that pretty easily. The cab inside, I mean, other than my dirt I've been bringing in here, is pretty clean. That seat is a little dusty, but there's no rips, there's no tears. It's all clean. We'll get in here, shut it. We have our armrest here so we can run our controls. Everything is nice and clean. We got a digital dash. We have air conditioning and heat. Everything works. We have duct vents down low to keep your feet warm or cool. You got a blower here. You got 2 more in the back. and a couple of different machines I was looking at, I was just comparing things side by side because I've only used 3 brands before. So looking at other brands, I wanted to compare them and see what's this one have with what other ones don't have. The Kubota, I shouldn't say it. Let's start this. This Bobcat, the blower motor seemed to be blowing a lot harder than any of the John Deere's. Shut it off, and I'm gonna get a lot of hard time for shutting it off, but it blows really good. That might not seem like a big thing, but when you're working in one and it's hot in the summertime and you're baking in here, it'd be nice to have airflow in the wintertime. Fall, when we're using it, it'd be nice to have a lot of heat. It might sound like a wimp, but I like to be comfortable, and when you got a machine, why not? So we have our wiper blade here, we have a defrost here, our controls. Our control right here is for our blade up and down, right to left for the angle. We have the high-low button right here to make the machine be in turtle mode or rabbit mode. And then these 2 are for our bucket and our arm. These pedals right here will move the tracks back and forth, and you can control them with your hand or with your feet, which is kind of nice. We have 2 cup holders. Cup holder down here, one back here. It comes with a radio. We got more of our control information. Operator's manual handbook, you gotta have that. What else do we have in the cab? This window opens up. These windows slide. We got 2 speakers. I think that's pretty much everything in the cab. Let's get out here. Whoops, I locked it again. Unlock it, there we go. We have a Doosan 43 horsepower diesel motor. Looking in here, and everything looks nice and clean. We know last time the motor oil was changed, so we'll keep an eye on that and we'll change it. But looking everything over, everything is nice and clean. Which is one of the things I'm looking for when I'm looking at the different machines. I want to make sure, is there leaks? What's leaking? We have a chart right here for all of the different maintenance, when you should do it, recommended by Bobcat. Checking out the belts, we got nice Bobcat belts on there. Our oil, our AC compressor, our alternator, all of our coolers. Down here, the X is nice and clean. I call this the X. Your final drives are in good shape. This track is a little rough, but there's not many rips in it. There's a couple of little tiny rips like this here, so we'll keep an eye on that. But the track on the other side is brand new. I don't think it can have many hours on it because we still have the little ribs in it. If you have any idea of how old that track would be, leave it in the comments down below. And then let me pull this, see if I can do it one-handed. Yep. Up in the front here, sorry, I like to put dryer sheets in here. I find it helps keep the mice and the rodents away. So we have our hydraulic controls here. Everything looks nice and clean and new. We got our battery down here, so that's easy access. So if we need to change the battery, that'll be easy to get to. The ECMs, computers for the machine. Our high-low right here to recharge the coolant. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, high-low right here. That's for our coolant recharge. Windshield washer fluid. Guess I should have put some in. Our hydraulic tank here. We have a good amount of fluid. If there is anything I'm not pointing out or things I should be looking at, leave it in the comments down below. I know I'm missing something, or if there's something else you guys want to know about, let me know as well. Let me shut this. Nice and latched. Got our air filter here, our exhaust. One of the other things I was looking at, this doesn't have any of the exhaust gas reburn or the different emissions for the exhaust gas. This was a 2015, and from all the research I did on it, what I was finding is that the Doosan 43 horsepower engine was meeting all of the emission needs without having to put any of the reburn system on it. So we don't have anything for the exhaust. We don't have a DEF system, which is nice. And when I was looking at the used machines, that was one of the things I was looking at. I was like, oh, this machine doesn't have any of that. Some of the other machines I was looking at did, and I was like, that's one more thing I have to worry about fixing if there's an issue. The other machine that was a contender that I almost got was a 2014 John Deere 60G, and that was a 55 horsepower 𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 engine, had 4,000 hours on it, but it had the exhaust reburn system. This is a 2015, a 43 horsepower motor, and it only has 1,800 hours. And the machine itself is a lot cleaner. You can tell this one was taken care of a lot more. It also has less hours on it, so that's a big factor too. Everywhere where there's a bushing and there's a joint, we looked it over to make sure everything was nice and tight. They greased it where we bought it, but you could tell everything had been greased because all the pins are tight. They're not loose and sloppy. All the hoses are in really good shape. All the lines look really good. That was some of the things I was looking for. Like, we got a little bit of a cracked hose there, but not too bad. And that's for the thumb, which goes down here. All these other lines are looking really good. There's a little bit of a wear here, but nothing's through. It's just like the outer plastic coating, and that's most likely from UV and just being worn back and forth. All these hoses seem nice and good. These final drive gear teeth are nice and flat. I was looking at those to see if these needed to be replaced or how worn they were. You got your final drive oil goes in here that had been changed. All right, so it's 9,400 pounds is the weight of the machine, 42.7 horsepower, engine speed, you're rated to run it at 2,200 RPM, and then it's a 2015. And it meets the Tier 4. I'm probably not gonna have the opportunity to park this mini excavator up against a full-size excavator. So let's bring this one over by the Komatsu and we'll see the size difference. Definitely a lot smaller of a machine. I think it's hard telling from this perception. Let me get the drone out and we'll get a better angle. We don't have a lot to do with it right this minute because we want to get all of our pasture land seeded and finished raked, but I do need to get this ditch cleaned up a little bit. Right here we have a ditch where the water comes down and you can tell it filled in, and the water, if we get a lot of water, it's going to run over. So I just want to clean this up and make this a little bit deeper of a ditch, and then we don't have to worry about the water coming up out of the ditch. So we'll get that done. The one issue that mini excavator has is the fuel sender is sticking, so the fuel tank is reading that it's lower than it really is. If you guys know an easy fix for that or how to fix it, leave in the comments down below, because that's one of the things I do need to make sure I fix on it. It's always nice to know how much fuel you have. there. I just had to define that bank a little bit so that way it wasn't washing up and running out and going that way. Don't want it washing out down where we just raked. So now it's got a nice defined area. We do need to clean up the ditch along the road a little bit better. It's all filled with trees and alders. That needs to get cleaned up, but we have to wait to do that. We got some more raking to do. That's not gonna be on this video, the raking, but I just wanted to show you another convenient thing with the mini excavator is I can hold my drag up and take all the sticks out. I'm sure I missed a few things about the machine that you probably want to know. If I did, leave it in the comments down below. If you have any pointers about this machine, leave in the comments down below. I haven't ran a mini excavator in quite a while, and even before when I did, it's been self-taught. And I get good at it over time. I'm rusty right now, I'm not gonna lie. I used this a little bit at the house, and I said, you know what, let's bring it up to the off-grid property, do some projects up here. We have a lot more land to work with. I can get better on my skills, get fancy, get building some rock walls, making some trails. We have a lot of work to do with this machine up here. We have a lot of cleaning up we need to do. We have a lot of trails we want to make. We have a lot of maintenance we need to do around the ponds, a lot of the pastures we need to build. So those things are going to be getting put to the paces down by the off-grid cabin. We got to clean that out so we can have a nice little camping area and just an area to hang out down there. So I'm using this for that. It's quite a few things. So we're excited that it's here. We can start on a lot of those projects now. But first, we need to finish up our pasture area. And I'll tell you what, guys, it is looking good. We got some more to do. I'm also thinking about putting in some food plots. You guys, what do you think of the food plot idea? And let me know, what do you like planting in your food plots if you've planted food plots before? We've never done that. We have a couple of areas up above that I think would be really good for food plots. One way up top by a big brook that we're always seeing moose tracks and deer tracks, and bear. So it'd be nice to have a food plot for them and an area we can hunt over this fall. We are looking forward to hunting here and harvesting some meat off of this off-grid property for ourselves and our family. It's gonna be delicious. All right, let's go back out to the beaver dam and see if we got anything on photo. I didn't know if I had all black all over my face, but I was picking up sticks and raking up at the pasture. But we'll go down to the beaver dam. We'll see if the game camera's got anything. We put new batteries in it the other day. Not sure if you saw that video or not. So, as long as I turned it on and I know what I'm doing, if they came back yesterday, we'll be able to see them. Just spooked off a deer when I was talking to you guys. The other day when I was out here, I spooked off some rough grouse, so I guess I need to be paying attention to more of the scenery. The water's not running very well, so I'm assuming they came back, or it came back and plugged it back up overnight. Yeah, you can see over there and a little over here is plugged back up. Not a lot, but they did, and they used fresh green vegetation. So something's been eating stuff down. Camera should be on. It says we have 3. That one's my legs. Ooh, this one. Ready? Look right there. That's my legs. This one's a duck with a bunch of babies. That one's my legs again. I don't know if you can see that. Ready? Over in that left-hand corner. That mama has like 5 or 6 ducks with her, baby ducks. So we didn't get the critter that came back in and plugged it up. I don't think it's the duck, so we'll set this back up. I'll angle this camera a little bit better so it's getting over there better so we can see what's going on. It is on. We're going this way. We should have it. And I did just notice this track right there. Boom. That's a fresh one. So, yeah, that's what we got coming in, guys. I'm not seeing any more tracks. Camera's on. We should be good to go. Come back and we'll see if we get them on camera again. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open up these couple little spots in the dam. That way they have something to come back and some work to do, and we'll get them on camera. The saga continues. I feel like this game of cat and mice with the beavers down at the beaver dam is gonna be like Caddyshack and the Gophers. Was that a Caddyshack? I'm terrible with names of movies, but you know the movie I'm talking about, where they're always trying to catch the gophers or the groundhogs, whatever it was, at the golf course. Yeah. That's going to be the same thing here at Lumnah Acres with the beavers. We're always going to be chasing and fighting them and trying to get them not to flood out our property. I can't talk tonight. Super excited to have the mini excavator. We're going to be doing a ton of projects with it. It's been something I've been wanting for a while. It feels good that we finally got one on the property. We're going to have a lot to do. If there's some projects you'd like to see us build with the mini excavator, leave it in the comments down below. I have a lot of my own ideas, but I also love to see what you guys come up with, because I have my own thoughts and I can get tunnel vision sometimes and I don't see things. So by you guys leaving comments, it opens up my field of view and I can see better. And it's always great to see what other people are thinking, just to get new ideas on your property or just different projects. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. If it wasn't for all your support and you guys watching the videos, we wouldn't be doing what we do here at Lumnah Acres. So by you guys taking your time and watching our videos, it means the world to us. So thank you from the bottom of our heart. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it, it really helps. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you right back here next time at Lumnah Acres. Bye.